think the thing we were first struck by is just the kind of playful sculptural quality of this project, and I think when we're, it was up against other architectural projects, but what we really found intriguing is just how this really challenged the notion of what a room in the city is, what a space is, and so this kind of wonderful experience, kind of peeking into the space and looking up and being connected with the sky in the middle of this bustling urban environment, I think was pretty wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. I think first of all we thought it might be a sculpture, and then we realized we could inhabit it, and that brought on another whole quality. And then obviously, from the structural aspects, I love the fact that it's showing its bones. It's everything, but the variation on the different facades and the light filtering through was an amazing quality. I think it was a fantastic piece.
Well, I just really enjoyed this project for its richness and detail. I think everything was so well crafted, well thought out, and the way the design really works with the topography and its site context really creates a beautiful design.
Yeah, and as we had looked at all the projects, this one hadn't actually pulled forward at all until you really started to understand the softness was also part of how the architecture was supposed to work in the landscape, and the way the hillside and the elements of the building all start to combine with one another. It had that Frank Lloyd Wright feeling of nature coming right into a building, and the building actually being part of nature. I was very pleased to see how those integrated elements made this just outstanding for us.
I think it was both good design inside and out. We all commented on the furniture, felt like it was very of its place within the building, and really created this holistic feeling of design.
Right. The idea that there really is these modules that are interconnected but allow the land to connect them makes a great difference in how, as you experience the house, you're also experiencing your whole site. As you move through the site, you're actually moving through the house. And that's something that's rare from what we can see in architecture most of the time.
Right, and obviously with the openness of some of those spaces and the way that the architecture frames views really creates a nice interplay with both the indoor space and the outdoor space. Outdoor living is definitely emphasized in this, and we just feel like the design was good design inside and out.
Well said. This one has almost a primitive characteristic to it. Being very of the earth because of its materials, but yet looking into the heavens is something that I couldn't help but be humored by in some ways. To say that it's ironic, but and then also to have the roof that actually moves away moves away by manpower, if you will.
Right.
Oh, person power, sorry. But made that simple, easy.
Yeah, I enjoyed the materials. The Corten steel really puts it in context with its surroundings. It's a nice play on the landscape around it. And obviously the sustainability on this too. It was built with the idea of low maintenance, and I think that's exactly the type of quality you want to have in a building like this. And also, the thermal slab. It was. I think it has passive house techniques as well involved, and sustainable, simple. Right. And beautiful.
And you can see that they had actually thought about it as almost a passive building, so that in the evening, obviously, there'd still be some radiant heat available for you to work through this idea that you'd have to stay warm, have the sky open when you needed it, and then walk into this beautiful little protected courtyard and see the stars.
We really loved this scheme. It's certainly a kind of time-tested partie diagram, this sort of inwardly focused courtyard scheme, but we were really struck by this play of solid and void of sort of reveal, of transparency and opacity, and so how what is otherwise sort of an austere exterior kind of reveals itself in these moments and kind of presents its wonderful courtyard space and the wonderful kind of living spaces to the community and to the neighbors. It's a very unexpected home in the middle of Northwest Denver, or North Denver, but somehow it kind of fits into its context in this sort of unassuming way that it's just a great surprise to drive by.
The modern lines and the materiality are absolutely gorgeous. You know, the detailing of the way the brick and the wood, as well as the kind of entry plane that brings you in off the sidewalk. It's really drawing you into the entry and wanting you to come home.